I was actually thinking of doing a different video, but we'll do this one. So just to go into basically kind of the winter project that I was doing. Yeah, just showing you what I'll do with tile sets at a time. I've isolated a separate example here, but not really much to display aside from the fact that I'm using grids here. So if I turn off the grid configuration, so you can actually see thing in total. So the one on the left is if I were to select it here, the one on the left here is the what you're given by RPG Maker MZ, and the one on the right is something that I've modified just so that it looks different than what I expect. If I can draw correctly, oh my goodness, help! But yeah, that's it's little small adjustments like this that most players won't see if at all, because you'd have to be, you'd have to know a bit about RPG Maker, any kind of RPG Maker. But to me, it feels like it makes a difference, especially with the kind of modifications I do to keep tile sets looking well like tile sets. So just to show you a recent example, on the right, obviously there's a less, there's the middle of the wall is less pronounced. So this is a wall that you'd find at the top. So if you imagine just a complete wall going horizontally, then this would spread out. If I were to kind of just give an example, oh my goodness, I can't give an example, but it would look something like this. Oh my goodness, I don't want to cut. It would look something like this, except with this, without this edge here. But that way you have you can make longer walls, and that's what happens in RPG Maker. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, just know that this is a wall. So, but on the left side, if you try to extend a wall that you see on the left, then you'll get these little separations here that I didn't really like. And so all I did was I just went in and I think I did something along the lines of copy paste. I was working at the few things, if I recall correctly, and I literally just did something like this. And now, even if I zoom out here, you see immediately that it looks a bit nicer. Now, there are some pixels to change here and there, and if you notice, if you compare closely the left and the right side, you'll notice that they look a little different. It's because of the coloring when you import it into GIMP, the software that I'm using, but that's something different. But yeah, just to give you a little behind-the-scenes look as to how I'm basically changing the tile sets, and by tile sets, I mean what the map looks like when you're in an RPG Maker game and moving around. And in particular, this one is the wall. So yeah, without further ado, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, criticism, yeah, feel free to say so. I'll respond if it sounds good. Otherwise, I'll just leave it alone if I have nothing to add. But yeah, not really much else to say. Thank you for watching. Bye.